Your overthinking can get much better the second you understand this concept. You're still going to think a lot. The difference is that instead of identifying with these thoughts as part of you, you'll be observing and you'll be watching them. Now you might say, like, what do you want from me? I'm not sure. I have no clue what you're talking about. That's fine. Maybe that's another thought and another thought that is coming up. But when you understand that you are not your thoughts, and you probably heard this so much times, you'll understand that if they come through you, that's fine. That's not a problem. And the reason it would become much better is because when you understand that you are the one that is observing them and you don't identify with them, so that could actually be a great opportunity when you have many thoughts to just observe and practice not identifying with your thoughts. Okay, there's something that are coming through you. You could decide, when you have a lot of thoughts. By the way, many times we have the same thoughts coming again and again. Nothing changes over there. But when you don't identify, sometimes you'll recognize there might be a pattern over here, some type of message that is coming to you, okay? So it would give you a larger picture of what's going there because you're the one that is observing. But if you identify with them, even if there's a message over there for growth over you, a message that would help you have a better life, it would be much harder for you to see it because you're going to identify with the thought like it's you. And then you won't see that message. So you having a lot of thoughts, that's fine. You don't shame yourself for that. You don't beat yourself up for that. It's fine. The challenge is that we identify many times, okay, including me, we identify with our thoughts, and that's the challenge. Now, I'm going to explain how to kind of detach from our thoughts and decide which ones we want to identify with, which one maybe not to identify, but take the some type of message, in which just let them flow through us. The challenge is, like a friend told me once, it doesn't matter what I do, my thoughts will always come through again and again in the same cycle. Now, I'm sure you could, connect to what he said. I remember once I spoke to him about his relationship. Well, he came up to me about his relationship, and then I'm like, wait, what relationship are you talking about? You're not in a relationship. Are you talking about the relationship to yourself? He's now, no, a relationship that I'm going to be into. I said, okay, you're talking about a future relationship. You're telling me all the things, all these thoughts that you have in your head, why it would work or why it won't work. Many times why it won't work. And all this is based on what? Is that thought real? Or just an assumption and it's not real? And he said, no, it's not real, but it could still happen because I think that if we'll start going out and, maybe I won't be listening enough, I won't be available enough, or maybe I'm not ready. And 2 million thoughts that came up. And it's all good that the thoughts came up if we understand that we're not our thoughts. And I told him, listen, first the thoughts came up, fine, all good, give them this space. Maybe those are different parts that are coming up. Ask them, is there anything they want you to learn? But not from a place of you or your thoughts, from a place of maybe we could look at them in different parts, different identities that are coming through us. And then I told him, okay, I'll walk with you through a few steps. Each time you have a thought about different things that are going to happen in the future, or you have, some type of regret or this, heavy feeling about things that you think you should have done in the past, or things you think that they should have happened in a certain way, go through this process, okay? Because every time I met him, it was like, okay, I have this fear from the future because A, B, C, D won't work out or will. Or, oh my God, I can't believe I did this, back then. How did I do it? I'm such a fool. And he was like his worst enemy. He was beating himself up day after day. Now, I'm sure some of you can relate to it more and some less. So the 4 steps, and then I'll add the 5th one, are as following. I'll give you now an example in relationships. With that said, you could take this example to anything in life, relationships, work, exercise, nutrition, anything that is worthwhile for you. You could take this example and put it there. So we spoke back then about relationships. So he told me when we'll get to the relationship, which I'm reminding you he didn't have yet, but he had different relationships in the past. That's not the point. So he told me, I'm afraid, I won't be good enough for her. I said, okay, let's go, I'm sure you all heard about her, Byron Katie. Let's go through 4 steps. And then I told him I have another 5th step to add for you in addition to that. So number 1, that thought, okay, that you're not going to be good enough for her, you're not going to be available for her. Is that true? Yes or no? And he was like, yeah, for sure, it's true. I'm not just talking. Like, that's true. That's a fact. I told him, okay, question number two, are you sure this is the truth? You're saying that you're not going to be good enough for her based on you're not with her yet, like you're making assumptions based on something that like nothing happened yet, and also past relationships, that's past, that's not now. Like you have no clue what's going to happen in the future. And you putting this fact on the table that you're not going to be good enough for her, is it true or yes? Like, give me facts. He said, well, that's what I think. I said, okay, that's what you think. Well, that's a thought coming through you. But that's not the truth, because the truth is right now we're here talking. There's no relationship, and you're just making assumptions. So same thing with you, okay, whatever it is, you can't know 100% what's going to happen in a second. There were a few times this year I almost died from this second to this second. So we have no clue what's going to happen. Okay, number three, I asked him, if you take away that thought, you put it aside, that thought that you're not going to be good enough in a relationship, that you're not going to be good enough for her, that thought that is bothering you, and makes you feel anxious, makes you feel scared, makes you shameful. If you put that thought aside, okay, how are you going to feel? Well, it's hard to put it aside. I said, oh good, let's say we put it aside, okay? If you want, bring it back after, if you want. I'll be more relaxed, I'll be calm, I'll have more self-confidence, because if I could connect to her in the relationship, we'll have a great relationship. We'll have a good time together, we'll raise a family. Okay, beautiful, nice. Now I told him, okay, because remember, number one, you said it's true, but then number two, he said it's not true, okay? When we asked again, is it really truth? He said not. So why leave a thought that is not truth over there? Okay, you see that's causing for you anxiety, it's causing for you pain, it's causing for you to be shameful. Why leave that thought there? So let's put it aside. Now I said, let's turn around. That's number four. You said that, okay, you won't be enough for your partner. Can you, anyways, it's a thought you're making up in your mind. So maybe make up something else. Make up, yes, I'll be good enough for her. Okay, so change it, turn it around. I will be good for my partner. Yes, it's also an assumption. With that said, that's an assumption that at least is serving you, okay? So I told him, okay, so let's say now you're good for her. Based on what are you saying that? Well, there are some things I'm pretty good. I could listen, I like to make like certain surprises for when I go out, and I really I invest myself in the relationship, and he put different things. Now, sometimes you might say, no, I'm just not good. Whatever your case is. Well, turn around, and the fact you're here in this world, there's a reason, okay? Maybe you don't see it yet. Maybe only the fact that you're here, okay, that's the reason. And we don't need to, but I would suggest that you open your eyes and change the perspective, okay, the way you look at things. So that's if you're saying, no, I can't turn around. Sometimes you could also turn towards yourself. So before your partner for a second, ask yourself, how am I good to myself? Okay, if it's hard for you to go there. Now, question number five is, I told him, okay, let's put all of these 4 steps aside for a second. Step number 5 will be, when this thought came up, first observe, don't identify with it. It's a part that is coming through you. Give it your attention. I told him, I'm not saying ignore it at all. Give it your attention and ask, what is it coming to teach you? Is it coming to teach you something? Is there any message that is coming through you? Maybe this is the delivery person, okay? This is the delivery part that is coming to give you a message. Again, you're not identifying with it. You're observing it. It's coming. Hey, how are you doing? Good. Perfect. Is there any message you want to tell me? Is there anything that is coming up? Just listen to it. If you hear something, perfect. If not, say, okay, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming through me. Have a beautiful day, okay? So when you do that, you basically detach. You also give it the space, okay? Because you're giving it attention, real attention. And an attention that you're coming from a place of care, curiosity, okay? A place that you have, I would say love, but maybe love at the beginning is too much. So connection, some type of connection towards that part, okay? Towards that thought. Now, when you go through all those steps, you'll see that, okay, your thoughts are not part of you. Wait, first, they're not even real. We said, well, even if they're not real, maybe there's a message, for me. And if I can't understand the message, fine. I'll just practice connection with different thoughts, different parts that come in me. And when you do that, so I would hope you have a much better life in each area of your life, because you don't identify with that. You're not afraid from the future, because you understand you have no clue what's going to be in the future. The past is your best teacher, okay? If it happened, it must have happened. It's the best thing. Why? Because it happened. You can't argue, okay? Now, that doesn't mean it's not painful, okay? I have friends that were killed the past year. If it happened, it's hard to say, but I'm not God. I guess he decided it must happen. That's the best thing you decided, okay? It doesn't mean there's no pain. And with that said, now maybe I could take more lessons for those people. Again, we don't need to go there. We could also go there and to death. It's all good. Eventually we're all going to die, and that's fine. Until then, well, at least our body, our soul continues like it was alive before, continues being alive after. But in your case, okay, take those thoughts, okay? You have many thoughts in your head. Sometimes you'll feel them as sensations. Ask them, is there anything you want me to know? Can I serve you in any way? Okay, you're the host. Okay, you're not the thoughts, you're the one hosting them. And as a host, be a good host, okay? Let them come through you, ask them, if they want anything. It's like when you're hosting someone in your house, do you want coffee, do you want chocolate, do you want tea? Just host them, and host with no judgment, okay? I said, it's hard for you to really connect to them right now. At least try to be, first step, you ask, is there any message for you over there? Okay, maybe yes, maybe no. What's the next step you could do? Okay, the thought comes, I'm afraid from the relationship I won't be good enough. Or, I won't be able to wake up tomorrow to do my run. Or, in business, oh my God, this meeting tomorrow is going to be a disaster. So take that next step from a place of, okay, a host came. The host came into your place, you're observing, gave you a message. What's the next step you could do to improve? If you could, beautiful. If you can't, just be where you are and accept it. So when that thought comes in, when you're coming to host it, no judgment. There's no room for judgment. If you judge, and if you're judging yourself, don't judge yourself judging yourself, okay? You're just making it worse. Okay, you judge, you're a human being, it happened. Again, observe, you're a host, you want to host these thoughts, and then you'll see that, number one, you could then focus on the next step sometimes. Number two, even though they're not true, okay, there's some type of message over here for you. And number three, when you do that, you basically clear your path to something that is much more bigger than what you think is supposed to happen or what you think you should do. And when you come from a place of not, searching for what must be the way I want to be, but from a place of exploring what's going to be and being open-minded, you see much more things can open in your life, and then you could create a much better life for yourself and for the people around you. If you enjoyed the video, I'll leave a video down below. I think you also connect to that. Until then, have a great day or night or I hope you enjoyed the video and you got some tools to overcome your challenges and light your path. For us to help other people, please press that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget that the most amazing things in life are the one you take for granted.